All right, welcome Crusader Nation to some Thursday night action. Our first boys basketball broadcast of the new year. I'm joined by Nathan Francis. My name is Quint. Nathan, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Just coming back, a couple weeks of school, and this team has played pretty good past, even with a 2-2 record since the Dixie game was supposed to be played. I feel like they've really improved in the new year.
Yeah, new year, new team. And so can you talk to us a little bit about what's interesting about this Dixie game? It was supposed to be a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, so basically the floor, we had a water coating put in over the summer, and the condensation from when it rained got on the floor because of the doors opening, or so they think.
Yeah.
So now there's a new entrance to the gym through the cafeteria, and we're hoping that'll alleviate the problem a little.
Yeah.
And hopefully more home games will be able to play without that, because it was super slippery.
Yeah, and the refs had to call the game about 2 or 3 minutes into the first quarter. So we're going to resume the game. It's going to start off Crusader ball. They're up 9-2. They were off to a fantastic start before the game got called. But there's a couple videos. One of them's a little funny since he's okay. I'm going to call him out here. Jack Grayson going on defense completely slipped out from under him, and that's kind of when the refs knew, like, all right, this is a little too much.
Yeah,
so they called the game.
The coaches got together and they just said, look, we can't really risk our players like this early in the midway through the season.
Well, and especially in such an important game like this, district
opponents. This really determines district seeding, because you have Dixie, St. Henry, and Lloyd.
Those are the favorites. And then you kind of got Villa and Ludlow that are probably going to end up in those 4 and 5 seed. But St. Henry off to a good start in the district. They're 2-0. And then Dixie 0-1. So really important game here. This could kind of almost seems like if the Crew wins here tonight, it almost locks in their position for at least the 2 seed. And then depending on how they play against Lloyd, have a shot at that 1 seed.
Yeah, so once they get the 2 seed, they just have to beat Dixie again if Dixie winds up being the 3 seed. And then top 2 teams from the region will go to, or top 2 teams from the district, will go to the region. So if we play well here, it kind of predicts that we may make it to NKU for March.
Yeah, and
February,
I guess this is time for our big announcement from the Broadcast Club. We have gotten the rights to broadcast the boys district. So not only are we going to be broadcasting the St. Henry games, but if Villa and Ludlow play in that kind of wild card round, we'll be on the mic. If, let's say, Villa wins and they go on to play Lloyd, we'll be on the mic for that. So we'll be broadcasting 4 full games. So tune into all of them if you're interested. Tune in especially to the St. Henry ones. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after starting lineups and prayer.
We ask you now please rise and move your hands for the pregame prayer and playing of our national anthem. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, in your goodness, you bless us with many gifts and talents. We ask you to bless this great nation and breathe your light upon our people, to recognize we are all created equal in the image of Christ. We thank you, Lord, along with all who have made this contest possible. Watch over and protect all these athletes. Aid them to do their best and be a sign of good sportsmanship to all. We thank you for this great opportunity and ask for your blessings through Jesus Christ our Lord.
All right, so we are back. Starting the game off, 6 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. The score is 9-3 for the Crusaders, so starting out with kind of like a 6-point bonus. And we are resuming this game 2 weeks later. On the court for the Crew, their typical starting five: Carson Shea and Ethan Kaiser, the guards. The forwards, Jack Grayson and Matt Reesing, and the center, Braden Fetters. Speaking of Jack Grayson, kind of been the all-star this last week and a half. Nominated for Cincinnati Enquirer Northern Kentucky Basketball Player of the Week. And last time I checked, he's up by 100 votes. He's been playing amazing since the beginning of the All-A tournament. So he's a name to look out for.
Yeah, in that All-A tournament, you could really tell that he put his heart on the floor, and it showed in his stats. Something like 16 rebounds and 32 points in 2 games.
It was incredible performance. So he was St. Henry's All-A representative on that All-Star team. So he'll go to the line. He'll take 2. Sinks the first.
Grayson averaging 71% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he's been good. And that was kind of his goal in the offseason, was to improve at the free throw line, and he's definitely done that.
He's averaging about 12 points a game with Matt Reesing and Braden Fetters only in front of him. Matt Reesing with about 16 and Braden Fetters with about 15.
Yeah. And in the last game, we were told by Mr. Marty Fetters, who you may recognize from some of the other broadcasts, he's on that other squad, 23 assists, 29 field goals. That was the team stats for the last game against Bishop. And that is an incredible stat. Passing the ball really well, and all those passes leading to buckets. That's what you're looking for.
Of course.
Good defensive pressure from the Crew so far. Offensive rebound, but they're going to lose it, and ball's going to go to the Crew.
Braden tried to take a charge there, but I don't think he was full name with that big body.
Yeah.
Number 22 on the floor for Dixie, that's Hudson Blank. He's their leading scorer with 14 points per game.
Tips it out, the ball will stay with the Crew. Shout out to one of our biggest fans and an honorary member, Reed Fetters. We know he's tuned in tonight from home.
Hope you're feeling better,
Yeah, hope
Reed.
you're feeling better. We were told you're not feeling a little under the weather. So let's see if the Crusaders can pull out a win for you, bud. And your brother, Braden, driving in but can't finish. You may remember Reed. He was on the mic last year around this time. One of our best interview, actually probably the best interview we've had. Him and Matthew Reesing's little brother, Michael. We're going to have to get them up for a game at some point this year.
Just saw Fetters airball a layup.
Yeah.
Don't see that most times. I think it'd be a little odd starting from a position where you're not starting blank.
Yeah.
Starting with the lead, maybe the psychological effects on that.
Definitely feels weird. Also kind of something that feels weird, they're already 4 minutes into the quarter. It seems like we just started, because we did. So I think after this first quarter, the teams will be reoriented and firing on all cylinders.
Dixie loves to run this 2-guard with a man at the high post. It's their classic offense. As you see, they have number 2 there. That's Brock Rice.
Good defensive pressure from the Crew. Forces a miss. And some more good news, Rhett Ravenscraft feeling more healthy. He's playing full contact practice and should be cleared to play pretty soon. Warming up with the team as well. So they'll have their starting point guard back by districts, I'd assume. And a lot of contact up there against Matt. Good find. Carson Shea with the pull-up jumper is no good.
Dixie playing with a lot of energy, wanting to push the ball up the court. Setting up that 2-guard again.
Driving in. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Already, these Dixie fans a little bit fired up. Haven't heard much from the Crusader side. A smaller student section tonight. going with the whiteout theme to support their crew. As mentioned before, Dixie's wearing red, crew's wearing white tonight. Good defense from Jack Grayson.
Last time these two teams met was last year about the same time.
Yeah.
Dixie, super strong last year, had a lot of seniors, including Billy Wogenstahl, who's at Thomas More right now. They were region runners-up only to Covcath last year, and now they're trying to vie for a spot to even get in the region.
Might not even get out of the districts this year, but that's high school sports for you. I mean, you can be amazing one year, and then all your seniors graduate, and you've got to almost start all over again. They're going to call a walk on that one. That was a long offensive possession. Ate up a lot of time. 2:16 on the clock. 11-5 is our score. Already seen a couple substitutions for Dixie, but the starters will remain in for the crew.
That's Samaj Johnson, number 1 for Dixie that just subbed in.
Finding Braden down low. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we can hear it from here. Slap on the arm will send Braden to the free throw line. Also another guy who improved a lot at the free throw line this year. What's he shooting, Nathan?
He's shooting about 60% from the line.
Oh, I might drop it just a bit.
Yeah, law of averages.
Not fantastic, but solid for a big man. Rely more on his post work and points in the paint than you do for him at the free throw line. He misses both. That's going to hurt a bit.
Definitely on this Dixie game where they don't have much to match up with Braden, as for a lot of teams.
Oh, great double team. Trapped him right at the half-court line.
We're keeping them out of the paint well.
Smart defensive play from Shea and Reesing. Carson creeping up. Matt's playing real tight. Dixie just can't seem to get their offense going. Oh. Tough call for the ref. They're going to call a foul on that. Looked like he was straight up. Ref must have seen something different. That'll send Dixie to the free throw line.
That's Hudson Blank.
Matt's going to hit the bench, take a little bit of a break.
Drew Flanagan in, sixth man of the year for the crew so far. And he'll hit both. And it's a 4-point game.
Ball's loose. Carson. Wow. A lot of contact on that, but good defensive pressure from Dixie. Go ahead.
Dixie seems to be the more energetic team so far, getting a lot of these stops, fouling some, but honestly, it's to their advantage, you know, shocking the crew. They kind of got a woke-up call from
Come on, shoot that. There you go. Oh. See Ethan take up a lot of open shots like that. Happy to see him take it, even though he missed. They're going to keep swinging the ball. Gets it down low. Hey, Jack Grayson blocked off the backboard.
What a pin block by Jack.
Yeah, good help defense. Recognized the open man, took 2 steps down. There you go. Reach in foul, I think. Pushing foul. Either way, it'll go on Dixie. Good call. They're really bullying Braden down there. They're going to make him work. That's kind of what you have to do when you have a size disadvantage like that.
We're going to have to move the ball around the perimeter more if we can't get it to Braden that easily.
Choosing to play in front of him on defense down there in the post.
Oh. Braden got away with a little push-off, and now it's Dixie's ball.
Good defense from Dixie so far tonight. I'm impressed. 11-7, clock's running down. They've got 7 seconds. Got to get something started. Drew going for the steal. He's stuck. 1 second. Completely lost track of time there. And, that's probably because of the start of the game. It was started off 5 minutes, didn't realize the clock was running down. Score's going to be 11-7 going into the second quarter. We'll be back after the break. All right, we are back starting the second quarter. This time we'll start the quarter with the full 8 minutes. 11-7's our score. The Crew were only able to score 2 points to start off this, I guess, to resume the game. Dixie's playing really physical. Refs are kind of letting these two teams play tonight. And throws it out of bounds. Good defense from the Crew.
The Crew seeming to have the advantage on paper between these two teams. Their region record is better with a region record of 5-4 compared to Dixie's 1-6, and Dixie's overall record 3-10 doesn't seem to line up really.
Good work from Braden down low. Quick timeout from Dixie, and we'll be back after the break. All right, we are back, 13-7. Braden increasing the lead back to 6 with that bucket.
I think Dixie wanted to call a timeout because a little bit of defensive breakdown there.
Yeah.
They've been keeping Braden from getting easy buckets like that, and he got one to start the
Wide
second quarter.
Open, yeah. Ooh, good cut. That's a great cut and an even better pass. Nothing you can do about that. Dixie answers back 13-9.
They can't ball watch like that, especially on those backdoor cuts.
There it is. 22 got tangled up with Jack. Foul's going to get called. So 5 team fouls for Dixie, 2 for the Crew. Jack's got to throw it up.
Oh,
Carson's going to get it, and they'll reset. Look at the mix match between Jack and his defender. Whole head taller. Carson's going to drive in, kicks out to Ethan. Ethan driving baseline, finds Braden. Braden double team. The hook shot is good.
Great shot. Vintage Braden right there.
Yeah, good teamwork all around. Running a man-to-man press. Playing aggressive defense at the top of the perimeter. They're not giving him any space.
Dixie will get in that 2-1-2 formation again.
Trying to drive in, kicks to the corner. That's a 3. That one's no good, way too short. They're finding Drew in transition, gives it back to Carson. Here comes the drive. The layup, no good. They're going to call an over the back on Braden. Only Braden's first. Not seeing a lot of subs from the crew tonight. Only Drew Flanagan. Wow. Yeah, 5-second call. Just barely got it. Ball will go back to the crew.
We're seeing a switch up in pressure now
regarding
the ball, guarding the inbounds pass.
Finds Braden. Ball will stay with the crew as that one's slapped out of bounds. There's Ethan. Ethan fires from 3. Can't hit. Jack's got an offensive rebound, and there's the putback. I'm telling you, Jack Grayson's playing like the man.
We saw him in that NCC game play like a forward.
Wide open in the paint. Defensive breakdown.
2 easy buckets back to back, and we're back to a 6-point game.
Reaching foul's going to be called. They're not giving Jack any space out there.
Only 1 sub so far for the crew. Matt Reesing still staying out. Haven't seen Cam Lemon yet. We usually see him by the second.
Yeah, usually see him by the first or second quarter. No Alex Hammond either. We started out the game 9-3. It's now 17-11. So these teams playing pretty equal tonight. Finds Braden down low. Kicks it out to Ethan. Ethan's going to drive in. Ooh. They're going to call foul on that one. So now Ethan Kaiser will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That'll put the crew in the bonus as well.
Team 7, Ethan Kaiser, the line, shooting 2 shots.
Sinks it. Ethan's playing a lot more aggressive tonight. Took 2 3-pointers and drove in on that one. So taking a lot more shots, but they're also leaving him open. And can't hit that second free throw.
Ethan, their best free throw shooter out of their starters with 71%, but
they're going to call a foul. Yeah, that one's going to go on Carson Shea. Probably got his arm there. Physical game, 5:15 on the clock, 18-11 Crusaders. Now an offensive foul is going to be called. Looks like a push-off was called.
Johnson comes back into the game for the Colonels.
There's a steal. Anticipated that one. Dixie bench is a fan of that. They're loud tonight. Oh, my. Going to call a push on Ethan Kaiser. I don't know if that was enough contact to warrant that, but
they're calling those hand checks tonight.
Yeah.
The crew really got to get creative on offense.
Yeah. Kind of
really
just seems like they're trying the same thing. And Dixie knows what's coming.
And regardless of size, if you know it's coming, you'll be there to catch it.
Faust getting into it. Coach Faust. Coach has been more on the quiet side tonight compared to the Dixie coach. Open 3, he'll take it, and he'll sink that. Makes it a 4-point game.
That's Owen Nehus for 3, sophomore guard.
Swings across the court, looking for Braden still.
That's our first 3 of the night.
And Ethan threw it away. This Dixie crowd's starting to get loud. A lot of that energy coming from their bench. Braden's gonna take a seat. There's Clem.
Cam Lemon will check in.
Yep.
The really 7-man rotation that they've been having
Yeah.
since the All-A.
I'd imagine that rotation will get a little shaken up once Rhett returns. We'll probably see Rhett play a couple games off the bench, and depending on how we do, he may switch into the starting lineup. We'll have to see.
Ooh.
Oh, Drew's got that one. Ball's tipped away. Chucks it off the defender. Ball will stay with the Crew. Creative play from Flanagan.
Just let that ball get back tips, but
Yep.
saved it.
Finds Drew in the corner. He's going to fire. That one's short.
Oh.
Here comes Dixie. It's a 1-on-2. Wow, finishes through both Cam and Jack. Ref's going to call a quick timeout as Jack lost a shoe.
St. Henry's got to get back quicker on those.
Yeah.
They can't let a guy go from
Coast to coast like that.
Yeah.
So Dixie has made it a 2-point game. So one more bucket and they're tied or in the lead. If you're this Crusader offense, I mean, might have to look for more options than down in the paint. There it is.
Oh, good backdoor by
Flanagan. Flanagan can't finish. That's tough. But a great backdoor. There he goes. Ethan tips it away. That's a steal. Here they come. They're going to run in transition, try and get a quicker bucket. Finds Jack in the corner. Hands are all over him. There it is. Calls a reach and foul, and he'll shoot 1-and-1.
The Crew will have to get more creative without Braden Feddersen.
Andrew Reese will check in, the junior.
Blank and Bach back in for the Dixie Colonels. Andrew Reese shooting the lights out.
I was going to say, despite his height, he's probably one of the best sharpshooters on this team.
Shot great in the JV and varsity roster games.
Yeah. Dixie loses that one. Swings it to Jack. Finds Drew in the corner. Good ball movement. Cam finds Drew. And one. Oh, no! They're going to call a charge, so the bucket does not count. Crusader side is not pleased with that call. I didn't get a good look at it.
Man, I thought 32 did all he could. Really got his feet set. But
yeah, taking a peek, that was
Crew.
definitely a good call by the refs. Looked like the guy got his feet set. It's an unfortunate call. Dixie now has a chance to tie or take the lead. .210 on the clock. There's that back door. Gonna call a walk. Seems like neither side is pleased with the refs tonight.
See if they can convert on one of these great passes they've had in the last two possessions.
Finds Jack down low. Oh, man.
Wow.
Crew are struggling to finish at the rim.
Just laid it up too hard that time.
When, you know, if you're going by the score of just tonight, it's a 14-7 ball game. No, sorry. 14-9. So Dixie definitely outplaying the Crew so far tonight. Oh, that's a walk. There it is. Good call.
Good interior defense from Cam as he gets subbed out for Braden.
Yeah. Crew in desperate need of a bucket. Minute and a half on the clock. Just seems like they need one to get going. There's Braden.
Oh, no charge call that time. They let him play.
Dixie coach and the ref going back and forth. They're going to give the Dixie coach a warning.
The warnings seem to be a new thing. No longer a technical.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel about that?
I think I think there's an already implied warning when you get into kind of a shouting match with the ref.
Yeah.
They gotta be more hard on these guys.
Yeah.
The refs are there to help serve the teams, and just really berating them is not the way to do it.
Refs are going to call time. Talking to Carson Shea about something. Not entirely sure what that was about. Gameplay will resume with 53 seconds on the clock. Ooh, a lot of contact down there, and Braden finishes at the rim. So back-to-back buckets for Braden.
He was looking for the charge, but Braden smartly just floats it up there.
Yeah, well said about that warning. I think I agree.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to call foul on Carson. A lot of contact, kind of tripped him up. That'll send Dixie to the line to shoot 1-1.
Drew Fleming back in for Carson. Carson, he's really got to fully stop or fully let him go through. He can't really bump hips.
Yeah.
With the way the refs are tonight, there's hip checks.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the refs are even making bad calls. It's just been a really physical game tonight.
Yeah, always been with these district matchups.
Yeah.
You see with Lloyd and St. Henry too when they play.
Here comes the second free throw. Sunk the first. And he'll make the second. So that'll make it 22-18. We're down to the last 30 seconds of the first half. It's a 4-point game. I'd expect the Crew are going to let the clock run down. Take a last second shot. Looks like Dixie's in a 2-3 zone. 15 seconds. Swings it to Jack. Out to Drew. 10 seconds. Got to get something going. Finds Ethan. Drew. 5 seconds, passes it away. Dixie's going to get a chance.
No charge call there to end the half.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. A lot of contact, nothing's called. Bucket's no good. And we're going to go into halftime 22-18. Crew are going to have to step it up if they want to hold off the Dixie Colonels. We'll be back for the second half in a few minutes.
Welcome to St. Henry District High School, home of the Crusaders.
St. Henry has a long-standing tradition of providing a well-rounded education that nurtures the spiritual, intellectual, social, and emotional development of all of our students. St. Henry District High School, or SHDHS, as it's also known, is the largest Catholic college prep co-ed high school in northern Kentucky. We're also a nationally recognized Blue Ribbon School of Excellence.
Each year, students from more than 20 different schools in the tri-state area choose to call SHDHS their home.
St. Henry offers a warm, family atmosphere where our faculty and staff are focused on meeting the needs of every student. Guided by the school's 5 pillars of success: faith, scholarship, arts, athletics, and leadership, our teachers help us grow academically, personally, and spiritually while preparing us for the life after graduation. St. Henry is a recognized leader, consistently scoring above national, state, and local norms on national assessments. On average, our senior classes earn more than $10 million in college scholarship offers and consistently score 30% above both national and state averages on the ACT.
It's a great time to be part of our St. Henry Crusader community.
If you'd like to learn more about our school, be sure to schedule a visit by contacting the enrollment office at 859-525-5844.
At St. Henry, we understand the importance of what it means to be crew-united in Christ. Our faith is at the center of everything we do. We begin and end every day in prayer, attend regular class liturgies and prayer services, and the Holy Family Chapel is open before, during, and after school hours throughout the week.
Both inside and outside the classroom, students, faculty, and staff connect with local communities through service, campus ministry, and instruction.
Throughout the year, we perform more than 10,000 hours of community service, giving our time and talent to a wide variety of organizations, including local parishes, food pantries, homeless shelters, inner-city schools, and community nonprofits.
Through service, we grow to become caring leaders who value human life, are dedicated to family, and live a life in service of others.
Welcome to our Fine Arts Building. This $8 million expansion project is just one of the attributes that sets St. Henry apart from other high schools in our region. The centerpiece of this building is our beautiful 650-seat Dries Holmes Auditorium. This space was designed to host a wide variety of events, including student productions, band and theater classes, school masses, and community gatherings. The Ed and Betty Duzing Black Box Theater is adjacent to our main theater. This versatile space is used for rehearsals, smaller performances, classroom instruction, and banquets. The scene workshop and studio is outfitted with tools and equipment we can use to build stage sets, design and create costumes, and more.
The Wilson Family Art Gallery was specially designed to showcase student artwork. It's also perfect for hosting alumni, grade school, and professional art exhibits.
As St. Henry students, we have the opportunity to take a wide variety of fine arts courses such as visual arts, photography and film, digital art and design, drama, chorus, chamber choir, and band.
These courses are all held in the Fine Arts wing of our campus. Here, we can explore, develop, and master skills in spaces especially designed for the arts. For example, our visual art classroom features an extra-large, northern-facing window wall to bring in natural light, and our main theater is outfitted with state-of-the-art sound and lighting systems.
The science and technology spaces at St. Henry District High School are second to none. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math are vital components of our 21st century learning, which is why our campus offers multiple science classrooms, plus 4 dedicated science labs, including the biology lab, chemistry lab, physical science lab, and the Dr. George A. and Dolores E. Renneker STEM lab.
These labs provide us with increased opportunities to work on project-based assignments. They also allow our teachers to do more hands-on classroom work with us, helping us better understand scientific methods and various theories. The STEM lab is also home to our championship robotics team, better known as Crewbotics. All of our science classes focus on lab work with data collection, processing, and analysis. Various levels of science courses are offered, including college prep, honors, and advanced placement. We have the opportunity to take STEM, biology, chemistry, physics, anatomy and physiology, zoology, and so many more. Welcome to the AIMS classroom. AIMS stands for Academic Achievement Through Intervention, Mentoring, and Support. The design of this room provides an open and active learning environment which supports a school's student-centered approach to learning. Each student who is enrolled in AIMS is provided with appropriate, individualized academic support. The AIMS program teaches us how to assume responsibility for our own education, as well as how to advocate for ourselves in the classroom.
Everyone deserves access to an education that builds a strong foundation for their future success. The key is a mission at St. Henry District High School, which is why a variety of services geared towards helping students succeed are available, including mental health awareness activities, National Honor Society peer tutoring, a teacher-staffed after-school homework center, on-site campus ministry, guidance counseling suite, and much, much more. Our expanded media center includes a redesigned computer lab, green screen room, and communal space that fosters student collaboration. Our championship esports team calls this place home. It's also where you'll find some of our fellow students building state-of-the-art computer equipment.
Our Media Center is used regularly by our faculty and staff for professional development opportunities, parent orientations, and presentations. Its open concept gives us the freedom to explore multiple subjects independently, such as computer networking, computer software, gaming, video recording and editing, computer programming, and software development. With direct access to our IT labs, AIMS rooms, STEM lab, and global and digital classroom, we can easily collaborate on projects with students in other classes.
Our technology department aligns its curriculum with the needs of local universities and businesses. This means that we are exposed to different information technology fields such as computer science and user interface. In addition, students attend conferences, compete in local competitions such as Tech Olympics, and participate in job shadow opportunities provided by local companies.
St. Henry's athletic programs have a long and distinguished history, holding numerous titles including more than 65 state championships and 19 All-A state championships. We offer fall, winter, and spring sports. These include golf, soccer, cross country, volleyball, basketball, swimming and diving, cheerleading, bowling, archery, track and field, tennis, softball, baseball, lacrosse, and esports.
Located right here on our main campus, we have access to Holbrook Gymnasium, Griffin Soccer Field and Track, Paul Kramer Baseball Field, Wink Kramer Softball Field, and Weight Room. St. Henry also operates the St. Henry Athletic Complex, better known as the Shack. Located just 2.5 miles from our campus, this facility provides our teams with ample training, conditioning, and practice space.
In addition, St. Henry offers a number of clubs and extracurricular activities. These activities give us an opportunity to form new friendships with fellow Crusaders while having a positive and lasting impact on our school and community.
All right, we are back for some second half action. 22-18 is our score. Crusaders struggling a little bit on offense. Dixie playing a very physical game. And before we get too far into this second half, we're going to introduce a new segment, Food with Francis. We were sitting here. Nathan, what did your mom bring you?
So my mom brought me kind of some steak and noodles.
Okay.
You know, classic
that was
meal.
a lot.
Some carrots sprinkled in there too.
Okay, and what are we rating it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it an 8. You know, it wasn't.
it looks
wasn't
good.
hot, and I had to eat it with a spoon, so
Yeah,
it took
a little
away from the
awkward.
taste. But yeah,
You liked it?
I liked it.
Yeah, I had a fresh hot pretzel with some cheese from the concession stand. Just a quick little snack.
Oh, had entry passes.
Good save from Dixie, though. That works. Easy bucket for Dixie, and they're back down by 2. So Nathan and I were talking. We might start doing Food with Francis and rating the school lunch every game. Today, you didn't have it. You packed. I had it. Chicken nuggets, mac and cheese. So a classic. Definitely a staple for school lunches. It's all right. Good find to Braden. Great assist from Jack Grayson.
There we go. That's the creativity the crew needs coming in the second half. They can't just throw it in to Braden from the top of the key because they're swarming him, really.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that at a halftime and continuing in the second half. Oh.
Oh!
Got him on the back door again.
Yeah.
Really good play by Dixie. They're in his zone now, 2-3. And of course the crew responding with a 1-3-1 with Braden in the middle, and they're interchanging their blocks.
Braden down low, finishes.
go.
Great bucket. Braden's starting to take over. We got a timeout, and that means I get to take another bite of my pretzel. Don't go anywhere. Scores 26-22. All right, we are back, 26-22. 5:45 on the clock here in the third quarter. So since I'm hungry, I think we should stay on the topic of food. Nathan, what is your go-to concession stand snack?
It's got to be the pretzel.
Yeah.
It's got to always be the hot pretzel. That 5-count call, great defense, perimeter defense by Ethan. That's the start we need after the timeout.
Matt chatting it up with the ref.
We saw that little interchange between Carson and the ref. Don't know what that was about, but hopefully no more problems from the crew. Oh.
He's going to go one-on-one with Carson. Finishes at the rim, and it's a two-point game again. Driving in, Jack from the corner. Oh, can't hit.
Yet to make a three tonight.
Looks like a jump ball is going to be called. That one's going to stay with Dixie, so should have been an easy rebound, but instead they went up. Two teammates kind of slapped it down, and all of a sudden it was a mad scramble for the ball.
Johnson subs in for Derry there. As
Crusaders still using that man-to-man press. Looking down low. Great save from Carson, jumping out of bounds, bouncing it off of the opponent, and ball's going to go to the crew. We've seen that twice from juniors tonight. Both him and Drew have employed that tactic. I can tell you that's probably one of the most annoying plays as a defender.
It's got to be.
Look at that mix match. Get him down in the paint.
Good talk from Dixie.
Dixie calling for a walk. Braden's going to go up. And they're going to call walk on Braden. Don't know about that. Maybe a makeup call.
Maybe lifted his 2 feet, but wasn't obvious from where we're sitting. Another long pass from Dixie.
Yet again with a chance to take the lead. Driving in.
Oh.
And for the first time in 2 full weeks, Dixie is tied with the Crusaders. It's 26-26.
Just let them get by them, and there was no help in the back.
They're going to call a blocking foul. That'll send Matt to the line to shoot 2. Here comes his first of 2. He'll sink that one.
One of the better free throw shooters, shooting about 66%. as Owen Niehaus checks in. For number 22, that's blank.
Here comes the second from Reese. Sinks it.
The Crew sticking with them, not letting them get a huge lead. I'm looking for a kind of a run for the Crew here.
Yep. Crew
They're
set up in a
zone now.
2-3 zone. Yeah, I was just going to say. Dixie hasn't been shooting, well, not really shooting at all from outside. Been getting a lot of their points from inside, so hopefully this 2-3 will stop that.
Good interior defense by the Crew.
Yep.
That's Feathers and Reesing there.
Matt driving in.
Oh.
Ball's on the floor. Braden's going to end up with it. He's driving in. Uh-oh, throws it away.
He got tipped.
Crusader turnover. Here comes Dixie in transition. Out for three. Pass up on it. Ran into Braden. Almost sunk that. Braden was straight up, so no whistle will be blown. Jack's going to dish it off to Ethan. I like this fast pace. Jack for three. Come on. Sinks it.
There we go.
Jack Grayson sinks the three. Timeout Dixie, and that puts them up by 5. Huge shot from Jack Grayson as we head into a timeout. All right, we are back. 31-26, big three-pointer from Jack.
And as soon as they tied it, the Crew have a 5-point lead back.
Yeah.
So
Definitely answering the call. Like we said, this is a big district game.
more pressure from the Crew, running a trap zone. Trap. Ooh. Carson gambling for those steals. Leads to easy buckets.
And one. Dixie's got a chance for a three-point play and one off that pull-up jumper.
That's Derry, 32, subbing in for Bach.
You've got the starters minus Ethan, sub and Drew for the Crew. Drew getting significant minutes tonight. He's been playing well. 3-point lead. Finds Jack. Jack down to Braden. Braden can't finish.
Good pass by Jack, but just the finishing tonight. He's had some good moments, some bad moments.
Walk called on Dixie. Ball will go to the Crew. Little over 2 minutes here in the third. Carson Shea is going to drive in, takes it himself, can't finish.
I don't know if that's the shot I wanted. No, coming down the floor, just didn't really set anything up.
Yeah.
Tried to go for a contested floater.
Now Dixie with a chance to tie it again. Fires for three. We're all tied up again. That Dixie bench got excited. 31-31, less than 2 minutes. Ooh. Matt almost slipping out of bounds. He's going to drive in. Foul's going to go on the floor. Good work from Matt. Jack will inbound. Big shot here coming up. Uh-oh, and Jack with the turnover, throws it away.
Sells that entry pass there.
Yeah. Tully was trying to get it to Bray. Walk. Where's the walk? Sorry. Terrible call. That'll give Dixie their first lead. 33-31.
Oh, wow.
Man, could have gotten a foul call there. No whistle from the refs letting them play, and we've got a minute left here in the third.
Just not getting those contested buckets in the paint right now for the Crew.
Fires from 3. Oh, rattles out. That would have been huge. Offensive rebound is good. Dixie's up by 4, 50 seconds. And the Crew really need a bucket here. Finds Braden. Reach-in foul's going to be called. It's been so risky just trying to get it down to Braden tonight. Every time he almost touches the ball, 4 guys are already on him. So they're going to sub Braden out, give him a break. This Crusader crowd definitely getting a little bit restless. Probably nervous as well. Matt's going to go up. Can't finish. Gets his own rebound and tips it back in. Great play from Matt. 35-33. 34 seconds on the clock here in the third.
I think the Dixie coach has really emphasized the charges.
Yeah.
We've seen a ton of just
not
falling
flops,
on the
but
ground.
yeah, falling on the ground.
Trying to bait that charge all the time.
Dixie will wait for a last second shot. 15 seconds. Drew tips it away. Ball's on the floor. 10 seconds. Dixie still with the ball. Driving in. Kicks out. Driving the baseline. Ball will stay with Dixie. There's 3.3 seconds on the clock, so they're going to have time for an inbound and a shot. And again, Dixie clapping it up. Pressure's on the Crew right now. Ball is inbounded. They're going to get a shot. No good, and the tip almost went in. We're going to head into the fourth quarter. Dixie has climbed all the way back. They're up 35-33. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one brewing here. All right, we are back. Dixie has climbed all the way back, started off the game down by 6, and now they're up to 35-33. And this has been a really physical game tonight. You know, the reoccurring theme with a lot of these St. Henry losses has been a lead going into the second half, slowing down in the third quarter, and losing in the fourth. So hopefully the Crusaders can break that script tonight.
Hoping it doesn't happen at district game 2. This is a huge game.
You know, someone we don't often see in the fourth quarter, Cameron Lemon checked in. Carson gets the ball stripped from him. And a quick timeout called by Dixie. And that might be a costly turnover. They could have really used a bucket to start off the fourth quarter to even the score, but instead, Dixie's got a chance to lengthen this lead that they have. And so, Nathan, they've struggled to get the ball to Braden down low. What's the game plan now? Because it looks like they're not going to have a lot of success if they continue trying to do that tonight.
I think they'll switch up maybe the offenses, maybe go, if Dixie's still in that zone, they got to get more, they got to shoot better, first of all. In that Newport game, we saw just not great shooting. And then also, we got to get better cuts, better entry passes in low if we do choose to get in low. Yeah, finishing at the rim after those entry passes, 2 huge things, just way too many turnovers by the Crew.
And I like a lot of the backdoor cuts and the finds that we're finding down low tonight.
Just need to
but we're
capitalize.
we're not able to finish. And maybe that is attributed to the physicality of this game. They're going up expecting contact and not seeing it. Or there is contact and we're not getting the whistle blown. Either way, we really need to adjust down low. Throws out of bounds. Great defense from the Crew. That was a good trap by Matt and Ethan. Those two have been playing together for a very long time. Went to grade school together and then have been playing all through high school as well. So they've got almost 10 years together. Oh, more than that, probably. Oh, Matt almost finishes that, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot too.
Matt easily could have finished over that small guard, but just can't get to go. We've saying that all the time tonight. Gets the foul though, so hopefully can make up for it.
Sinks the first, almost popped out. Big free throw here from the forward. Sinks it. That's been good from the free throw line tonight. Crusaders have tied it up. Still going that man-to-man press. Ethan tips it. Dixie will recover. Driving in. Oh, great pump fake. Great pump fake. Tricked both Matt and Cam. Got to stay on your feet for that. Dixie back on top by 2. Swings it to Matt. Matt to Ethan in the corner. Back to Matt. He's going to drive in. Pull-up jumper is good.
Wow, that's Matt's signature move.
Yeah, we like to see that. When Matt gets hot, the whole team gets hot. Carson almost gets the steal.
Ooh. Great pressure by Carson.
Yep.
Good hustle back. Hodge.
There you go,
Great
jump
ball.
ball. Jump ball. We both thought it was going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Great defensive effort in that sequence from Carson Shea.
Usually when Carson jumps in like that on a tied-up ball,
Yeah, we see a
we get the
foul
opposite
called,
call,
but got all ball there. Great play from Carson. Dixie trying to inbound. Gets it into the corner. They're going to reset. 6.5 minutes left, 37-37.
foul's not really a problem for either team.
No.
It'll take a lot of time for Dixie to get in a bonus. Only 1 foul for the Crew.
Driving in. Oh, good defense from Cam, but can't do anything about that. And a good contest down low against that spin move. Here comes Carson, kicks it out to Cam. Oh, Cam wanted to take that. Jack driving in. Oh, just rolls out. Offensive rebound. That should have been a foul. Dixie's going to end up with the ball. Carson strips it away. He's going up. And one!
There we go.
Big play from Carson Shea.
They need a bucket, and Carson answered the call there.
Huge play. Strips it away from him and goes with the reverse layup, draws the foul, and puts it in. Free throw.
There we go.
Takes a high bounce off the rim and is good. So Carson completes the 3-point play. Braden's going to sub back in. So the starting 5's on the court, and the Crew have the lead, 40-39.
Jack Grayson can't get those 2 layups to fly, but Carson Shea took it into his own hands and said, you know what?
Yeah, and his defense making a huge difference in this 4th quarter already.
Ooh, I cannot jump right there.
Pulls up from 3. No good. Here comes Carson. Carson driving in. Pull-up jumper from the corner. No good. That one was too short.
A little bit of a heat check there. Didn't
Yeah.
get to go.
Oh, yeah.
Can't gamble for that.
Yeah, tried to tip it away from behind, and you could hear it from here. Slapped his arm. Carson's going to pick up his 3rd foul, so Drew Flanagan's going to sub back in. Carson's going to take a short rest on the bench. We'll probably see him sub back in a couple minutes. And now I think they're going to call that on Matt Reesing.
He tried to hold his jersey through the pick.
Yeah.
Ref caught that.
Matt picks up his 3rd. So now him and Carson both have 3 fouls. Man, I can't talk to that.
Must be that pretzel.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good though. It was worth it. 40-39.
Oh, another backdoor by Dixie.
Ooh. Oh wow, a lot of contact great contest from Jack Grayson.
Yeah, great defense. He got a hand on that too.
There it is. Jack driving in. Can't finish.
Jack would at least have 8 more points than he has now.
He's had a few of them that have just rolled out. Crew are going to have to go back on defense. Big possession here. 4 minutes, 40 seconds.
Crowd
Ethan
getting a little
tips it.
energy.
Push off. There it is.
There it is.
Offensive foul. Whole crowd saw that, and most importantly, so did the refs.
Ethan with that little head cock there. Got the refs to get him.
Ethan will bring the ball up. I'm looking for Matt Reesing here. Finds Braden. He's been their guy tonight. Can't finish.
4 missed opportunities in the paint for the Crew.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul. Drew kind of jumped on him there. All of a sudden, Crusaders have acquired 3 fouls quickly in this fourth quarter. So now Drew sitting with 3, Matt with 3, and Carson with 3. Something to look out for. These foul counts won't get any lower.
The Crew's 1 away from the bonus, while Dixie's 3 away. With 4 minutes to go.
Officially halfway through the fourth quarter, so this is when it really gets important. Down low.
Oh,
Braden,
great
good defense. In need of a bucket. Ethan's got it, baiting his defender. Jack on the wing, looking for True down low, can't find it. Ooh.
Oh, wide. Ooh.
Pull-up jumper from Braden. Great mid-range shot from Braden. Haven't seen him take any shots outside of the paint tonight, but his first one goes. That'll put, and turnover.
There we go.
Might be the run that the Crew needed. They're up by 3 now. Carson Shea will check back in. He's going to play with 3 fouls. 3:21 on the clock. Crew up by 3.
Crew's energy starting to pick up.
Yeah, and another bucket here would be huge. Solid bench performances tonight from both Drew Flanagan and Cameron Lemond. Really the only 2 off the bench with significant minutes. We saw Andrew Reese for a little bit there. Jack looking for something down low, can't find it. Ethan's up top. Ooh, he could have shot that. Getting Matt down low. Should have been a foul there.
Man, Dixie's interior defense has been
Come on,
great
Ethan.
so far tonight.
Pump fake. Pull-up jumper. Oh, can't go. Dixie's going to end up with the rebound. Good shot selection from the Crew. I like that. Even though Ethan hasn't really been making his shots, he's been taking good ones. And if he were here, I'd encourage him to keep shooting. Oh, bad shot from Dixie. .220 on the clock, up by 3.
I like this clock management from Coach Faust.
Yeah.
He's not getting any fast break points.
Oh,
They're
Matt.
taking up slow with the lead.
Braden's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1, and these are big free throws coming up from the big boy. Come on, 40. Quick substitution for Dixie. Taking a little pause. And can't hit. That would have been big. So it's still a 1 possession game. Crew up by 3, 42-39. And we're down to the final 2 minutes of this game. Oh, Carson gets the steal. Here it is. Oh, just missed completing that and 1, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Carson's gambling finally paid off
Yep.
with that steal there.
That's his second
Insanely
steal of the
quick.
fourth quarter that has led to a foul and free throws. So his defense definitely making a big difference in the fourth quarter here tonight. Can't hit his first.
Carson's free throws haven't been impressive so far this season.
Yeah, he struggled at the free throw line. Has a chance to redeem himself here. Misses both. That would have been huge. Crew aren't really putting in their free throws tonight. Driving in, and wow, a walk is going to be called.
Wow.
Expecting that to be a foul, and Coach Faust is going to call timeout. So minute 47 on the clock, Crew up by 3. Nathan, if you're Coach Faust, what are you telling your team right now?
Well, I'm really telling them I think we're doing a good job of holding the ball.
Yeah.
Clock management, but we also need to get a quick bucket, put us up 2 possessions.
Yeah.
You know? So I think they haven't let Dixie score in a while.
Yeah, their
but it's
defense
kind
has
of
been
a
good.
stalemate.
I do like what the Crew's doing on offense right now. They're really taking their time to try and find a good shot, drawing fouls.
Yeah.
Just got to start putting the ball in the hoop and adding to that tally. Oh, good song choice. Do you know that one?
I do not.
Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. So coming out of this timeout, I'd still expect to see the starters on the floor. 18 fouls for Dixie, so the Crew are in the bonus. 14 fouls for the Crew. Every possession matters down the stretch here. Here we go, 3-point game. 1:42 on the clock. Carson Shea with the ball. Looking to get something going here. Finds Braden up top. Swings over to Ethan. Looking at Matt down low. Can't find anything. Ethan's going to drive in. Beat to the baseline. Swings back out. Matt over to Braden. Braden over to Jack. Now a minute 22 on the clock. Looking for Braden down low. Can't find him. And they're going to swing back out. Matt's down there. He's open. Draws a foul. And that was a hard one.
Intentional foul called.
Wow. Dixie crowd didn't like that, but bit of an essential call when a player hits the ground that hard. Yeah, definitely a hard foul. Just looked at the replay. Really wasn't going for the ball there, so good call from the refs. Way to protect the players. Sinks the first free throw, and that's huge for the Crew. Gonna give them free throws. And he's been good from there tonight. Ball will stay with the Crew, so that's huge. Puts them up by 5 with a chance to increase that lead.
Huge game-changing call for them.
Yeah.
Dixie's not gonna like that if they don't come out on top.
Yeah, that was a poor decision on Dixie. Uh-oh. Ethan throws it away. Here they come down the court. Almost lost it. Dixie now playing with under a minute to go. Steps inside the three-point line and fires. Offensive rebound, puts it back up. No foul is called. Jack's got the rebound. And here we go, 50 seconds. Crew in charge, up by 5. That was a huge defensive possession for the Crew. Oh! Carson driving to the paint. Broke his ankles.
Reaching foul called.
Yeah, Carson's going to go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Carson, 1 for 3 so far from the line.
Yeah. And again, big free throws here. Nope, my mistake. Going to go 2 shots now that they're in the double bonus. Sinks the first. Big free throw from Carson. That puts them up by 6. I've got a feeling that if he sinks this one, that'll be the nail in the coffin tonight. Can't hit. Dixie's got it. They're going to try and get it down the court. and get a quick shot. Driving in. Finds the open man. Oh, no. Braden fell for the pump fake, went up, drew the contact, and gets the and one. And Dixie's going to stay in this game.
Bryce could see that coming from a mile away. Braden just wanted
fell
that
for
ball.
it. Sinks this free throw. That'll put him up. Well, that'll shorten the lead to 3. So it'll go back to a 1-possession game.
Oh,
that one will rattle out. They're going to foul. Gives it to Matt. Swings it to Jack. Jack's going to eat up time. Here's Matt. Finds Ethan down there. They're going to keep dribbling. Ate a lot of time off that. Dixie bench did not like that call, and they're sending one of their best free throw shooters to the line. Great ball movement from the crew. Huge free throws. Come on, Ethan. Knock him down. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 3 for 3.
There we go.
And that one goes in. Timeout's going to be called. We'll stay here live on the mic. So Ethan knocks down those free throws. And Nathan, what do you think the odds are that Dixie's able to make this comeback?
Well, they've only scored 2 points in the last about 2 minutes, I'd say. So they really need a quick 3 and a defensive stop. They haven't seemed to get that. The crew breaking their press with ease that last time down the floor.
And we really haven't seen Dixie shoot a lot of three-pointers tonight, so definitely not their strength. But that's kind of what they almost have to do.
Yeah, not a lot of three-pointers from either team tonight.
No. Jack hit the one, and I think that was about it.
Yeah, Dixie with 2.
May have been a three-pointer for the crew about 2 weeks ago when this game first started. We're not quite sure because, again, it was 2 weeks ago. 47-41. Just like Mr. Flanagan said in front of us. The key here, no fouls, straight up. Oh, almost tripped. Runs into the trap.
Great
Carson's
steal
going to
by
strip
Carson.
it away. Matt's going to get it. He's going to be fouled. That'll send him to the line to shoot 2, and that might just be about it. 47-41. I'd imagine 1 free throw from Matt Reesing, who's been great tonight from the free throw line.
Got to give credit to Carson. Huge steals.
No, he's had 3.
With 10 seconds left.
Yeah, 3 in the last 8 minutes. Matt misses the first, so still a little bit of hope for Dixie. I think my standout performer is going to have to be Matt Reesing. Really took over in the second half. It's been phenomenal from the three-point line. Had a couple huge buckets. Driving in, loses control, 2 seconds. He's going to hit a 3, and it won't matter. Crusaders hang on. They were down by 2 going into the fourth quarter, but they end up winning by 7. Our final score is 48-41. Great performance from the crew and a huge district win that probably locked in at least the 2 seed for the crew.
I got to give it to Carson Shea. Great defense in the fourth quarter.
I think that was the
steals.
difference maker. Yeah, definitely. And it seemed like that steal and then the and one. I think that really swung the momentum back for the crew.
Yeah.
And I think after that point, they didn't give up the lead. So great performance from the crew all around tonight. Do you know off the top of your head when they play next?
I'm not sure. We have a big district game I know is at home in Lloyd.
Yep, final district game to kind of determine the seeds, and that game will pretty much determine who gets that 1 seed and who's going to play kind of the matchup of the Villa-Ludlow winner.
Yeah, so the crew stay undefeated in the district.
Yep.
The Colonels fall to 0-2.
Yeah. So, and honestly, the Colonels, after these 2 losses, I'm not sure if they've played Lloyd, but they might have to start getting worried that they don't have the 3 seed locked up yet.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to have to come out and win their next 2 games, and if they play Lloyd, I would not be surprised at all that they end up with that 4 or 5 seed and have to play that extra play-in game. So we'll have to see. Big night for the crew. Great win. Final score is going to be 48-41. I'm Quinn Bolton signing off. Have a great evening.